We don't even have Apurva here, right? Can you hear me, guys? Could you please confirm? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
So next thing is, first thing is you import packages, you import data set. Then third thing is you define your network and you like means get that thing done. Okay, so using this sequential command, we use like this first thing linear, then ReLU, and then linear and ReLU and linear. Okay. So basically the thing that you use using that sequential command inside Keras environment is like when you write model is equal to sequential and then like model dot add, and like you add like this fully connected layer first, then second layer, then ReLU layer, then second fully connected layer, then ReLU, then again fully connected layer, and then you add sigmoid or softmax. So similar thing we are doing over here as well inside PyTorch environment as well. Okay, but this is quite simple. Okay. The next thing is we need to build pipeline. Okay. So thing is that so far we have input data, we have packages, we have data with us, and we have network with us. Okay. So with that thing, what we can do is we can do feed forwarding operation, and we can get output. Okay, calculated output. But what we want to do, we want to calculate loss. Okay. So for calculating that loss, we need some criteria. So as I told you earlier, for regression operation, we use mean square error. For classification operation, we use like cross entropy. Okay, cross entropy loss. It could be categorical cross entropy for multi-class classification problem, and it could be binary cross entropy for binary classification problem. Okay, so cross entropy loss is something we use, and means cross entropy loss is something you can also do using mean that log softmax and again negative NLL loss. Okay, so you can do similar things. So first thing that you need to do is for when you have to create loop for this or pipeline for training, first of all you need to call this model. Okay, first thing is you need to call this model, then second thing is you need to mention criteria to calculate loss. So nn dot cross entropy loss, and that will be used as a criteria to calculate loss. The next thing is what I'm doing is from this data generator, I'm like applying some iterator on top of that, and I'm getting like data out of it. Okay, and I'm putting them into two variables, images and labels. Okay, so that thing is being done over here, iterator, and then next. Okay, and then I'm taking one image and then like I'm taking all the images, and I'm just like changing its shape to like 64 by 784. Okay, or whatever is size there. So I'm just converting that into that shape. Then what I'm doing is I'm doing feed forwarding operation to our network. Okay, so this is the feed forwarding operation model, and then I'm passing all the images and I'm getting output. So first thing is like from that class of that network, you create instance of that class. That's something you will call as object. So this basically this object is being created over here. Then you are defining criteria to calculate loss. Then I'm like splitting my images into like images and labels, and then I'm just using images, flatten images, and I'm passing that thing through, and I'm getting a calculated out value to the logics. Okay, so that's something is happening. Okay, in feed forwarding operation. Okay. Next thing is I want to append that thing to perform gradient descent thing. Okay, on top of that. So what you how exactly you go for that thing? So here I'm defining this network. I'm adding this criteria, and I'm also adding optimizer. Okay. So in earlier method we just added criteria. Now we are adding optimizer as well. Okay. From this optim package. Okay. So you really don't get means confused between like all these things. It's not something like that need to be done again and again. I'm just adding something more over here so that you will get like more clarity. Okay, here we are just adding criteria to calculate loss, and on top of that I'm also adding optimizer. Okay, that we need. Okay, so I have network over here, criteria to calculate loss, and I have also optimizer with me. Okay, and I'm using stochastic gradient operator over here, and then model dot parameters. So just be sure like whatever network your means whatever object name is, that should reflect over here as well. Okay, model dot parameters, and then learning rate 2.0. Okay, so that thing is something I'm doing over here. Okay, are we clear, guys? In this final pipeline, first of all we need to create object for that network, then we need to define criteria to calculate loss, and then we also need to define our optimizer. Okay, then next thing is we can directly like loop through our entire data and we can train our network. Okay, so first of all, you need to decide how many times you want to go through that entire network. Okay, and that's something means that one looping is something called as a epochs. One feed forward plus backward operation is something called as epoch. So I want to go through my network 5 times. So that's something called as a 5 epochs. So that's something I'm defining over there. So what I'm doing is what I'm using for loop to go through that entire network 5 times. So for I mean for e in range epochs, so it will go through that entire network 5 times. Then to calculate loss, the training loss, I'm using this variable. I'm initiating that with 0, and then I'm using another for loop to get data from that train loader. So images and labels in train loader. So I will get images and labels out from this entire train loader. So train loader has around like 60 or 70,000 images over there. So I am splitting that into like batch of 64, and that's something will be like taken over here. So then what I'm doing next is I'm like splitting, means I'm flattening it, images dot view, images dot shift 0 into -1. So that's something will be like, so for these images you will have like 1D presentation. Then what you are doing is you have defined that optimizer here. Okay, so and we have like initiated all those weights randomly. Okay, there are various methods to initiate those things, but what you are doing over here using this optimizer dot zero grad command, you are setting all those gradient value to 0. Okay, so during each means when you are like doing this thing freshly, so at that time, so that gradient value will be like set to 0. Okay, just gradient value, I'm not talking about weights. Okay, so weight will be like weight will be memorized, but that gradient value will be like set to 0 each time, and fresh gradient will be calculated during each feed forwarding operation and back propagation operation. Okay, optimizer zero grad. So that's something you need to do whenever you write like training loop. Optimize means inside you are inside this for loop, like inside where you are calling all the images and labels. Optimizer dot zero dot grad. Then next thing that you need to do is you need to like pass this thing, all those images through that model, and you will get like outputs. Then you need to use that criteria that you have defined over here, and you need to calculate loss. Okay, so loss is equal to criteria into output and labels. Okay, so output and labels will be compared, and based on that loss will be calculated using cross entropy method, or sorry, this negative log likelihood method, and that will be stored inside this loss variable. Okay, so until this point we have performed feed forwarding operation. Now we're going to do back propagation operation. Okay, so to do that back propagation operation, to calculate all those gradient, we need to use this loss dot backward method. Okay, loss dot backward. If you don't use this method, you won't be able to like calculate all the gradients, and then you won't be able to like update your weight values. Okay, so using this loss dot backward method, you are like calculating all the gradients for all that layers, and then using this optimizer dot step command, you are updating all your weights and bias value. Okay, and then just I'm calculating. So for running loss, so I have like batch size of 64 and images of around like 60,000 images inside the training block. Okay, so like that many times it will go through this thing. So and each time for each batch for 64 images, it gonna calculate loss, and like it gonna accumulate over there. Okay, so that's something I'm doing over. Running loss is equal to running loss plus loss dot item. Okay, I'm calculating that thing, and for each so once you are done with this for loop for one epoch, you will, so if you might have observed this if else command or like for loop alone, but if you use for else thing, then after this for loop, this else thing will be implemented, and you will calculate this training loss over here. Okay, so running loss divided by number of batches that you have used over there. Okay, and that's how you will calculate loss. Okay, so now I'm initiating training. Okay, so next thing is like here I have my model and all images and labels either on CPU or either on GPU. Okay, so if you are not sure about whether you have GPU on your system or not, then you can use like simple command like torch.device into like CUDA. If torch.CUDA is available, else CPU. Okay, so that way you would be able to like set that device to either CUDA or CPU, and the system will decide whether CUDA is means check whether means GPU is available or not. If GPU is available, it will use that CUDA framework for parallel processing. If not, then like it will use like CPU. Okay, but thing is that what you need to make sure is that all your images and labels and as well as your model should be either on GPU or on CPU. Okay, so you can see like our loss has been reduced from 1.89 to 0.38. Okay, so thing is that still this is like huge value. If you check percentage values, then like it's around like 62% accuracy. Okay, so that's not enough. You should have like accuracy more than 80%. So you just need to increase those epoch value to either 5 or 10, and you will get like really good accuracy over there. Okay, because this is a classification problem, so this is like really huge accuracy. If you are going from like regression problem, then I would have accepted this range, but for like a classification problem, this is like really less accuracy. You just need to increase epochs, and you can observe like with each epoch this thing is decreasing, right? So your loss is decreasing. So this is like training loss, and if you want, that's the indication that like your network is being trained. And once your network is trained, you can do inference. Okay, so means you can taste that thing. Okay, with means how much accuracy you are getting on test data, and then you are comparing training loss and testing loss. If your testing loss is decreasing and our training loss is also decreasing, if your testing loss is less than that of training loss, then you can say like your network is generalized. If your testing loss is greater than training loss, then you can say like your network is overfitted. Okay, and if you are like moving in the beginning, both of them will be higher, but towards the end they should like means they follow some sort of like this shape. Okay, this sort of shape. Okay, means it comes down and then goes up, inverse parabola kind of thing. So you need to look for that sweet spot at the bottom, sweet spot at the bottom. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, and then last thing is once you are done with that training thing, next thing is either testing or inference. Okay, so for that thing, what you need to do is you need to just like matplotlib is just to like visualize that thing, but I'm not going to visualize that thing. Okay, so now you have to do testing thing. Okay, so what you do, you use nexteater and train loader, and like I'm getting one image out over here. Then from that images, I'm just taking a second image. Okay, and I'm flattening it to 1/784 shape, so like 1D presentation. And what I want to do is like I really don't want to change means I don't want to update my weight value, that I really don't want to calculate gradient value either. Okay, so with torch no grad, I'm ensuring that like means gradient thing is not being calculated again, and just inference thing is happening over here. Okay, so I am feeding that image uh, into this thing. Okay, uh, into our model. Okay, so this model is something called train model. Okay, I'm feeding and I'm getting logic value at output. Okay, so but thing is that we are using like that log softmax thing over here, so we again need to use exponential thing on top of that to get like actual logic value or like probabilities in okay, so in percentage. So so we have like 10 classes, so you will see like 10 values over there. Okay, so 0 1, so you will, these are the probabilities value. Okay, so 0, that means like 10 raised to minus 7, so it's like 2 less. 10 raised to minus 6, 10 raised to minus 5, 10 raised to minus 4, 10 raised to minus 5, 5, 10 raised to minus 8, 10 raised to minus 1, 10 raised to minus 6, 10 raised to minus 2. Okay, so that what it means is like this thing, if you go for this thing, that means we have like 0.98% accuracy for the element 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so like that means like our the what it's saying is like the element that is there is like 7. Okay, do we have any maximum element over there? And then the torch top, you can also use like this torch dot top k command on that ps, and you can go for like first means maximum command and just for all the columns. So basically these are like all columns and single row, and you will get like probability and index thing over there. Okay, yeah, so you get like 98% probability for this seventh value. Okay, so 7, 8, and 9, 0 to like, so what it's